Hey everybody, so today is February 21st and we are getting ready to haul the anchor up and leave San Diego and go into Mexico. So I'm very excited, very nervous about checking into my very first country. So I have pretty much all of my paperwork. I have my insurance, it's just not printed out yet. I'm still waiting for confirmation on the marina reservation. I may give them a call, and yeah, it's just exciting, nerve-wracking a little, because yeah, after this point, like, I don't think my boat won't be back in the US for a really long time. So I'm here with Cory, taking pictures. We are actively leaving San Diego. We're on our way to the fuel dock, so we're going to fill up on fuel, propane, water, and then we will be out to sea, which the opening's right there. And that's Coronado Island. Oh, I was like, who honked at us?
That guy's coming.
Oh, I need to get out of the way. We left the fuel dock in San Diego right around 6 p.m. just as we got confirmation about our marina stay in Ensenada the next day. We arrived early the next morning and we checked in at Baja Naval, where they shuffled us around town to make sure all of our paperwork was in order. That gave us enough time that evening to go and explore the town. We left early the next morning after receiving our paperwork back from the office, and we're on our way south towards Punta Santo Tomas. So we've had a good day of motoring so far. It's been calm for most of the day except for when we left Ensenada. The wind picked up, but it was coming straight for us, so no good for sailing. And then yeah, we're about to round this corner in between some rocks and tucker in around land, and yeah, we'll be in Santo Tomas, which is a fair weather anchorage, but it's supposed to be pretty calm all night tonight, and then winds should be puffing up at about noon tomorrow, which is when we'll hopefully depart and head further south. We had to be very cautious upon our approach to Punta Santo Tomas. There were kelp beds absolutely everywhere, and we tucked in right next to this adorable little fishing village. This anchorage, out of all of the sailing I have done, has been by far the most beautiful anchorage I have ever dropped the hook in. We awoke after a good night's sleep, kind of unsure about what our next stop would be. Whether we chose San Quintin, which was the closer stop, or the San Bonitos Islands a little bit farther, it was time to raise the hook. I'm going to turn the motor on. The check engine, or not the check engine light, the oil change light is on. We just did the oil change when we left San Diego, so we shouldn't be due for another change yet. So I just need to reset the alarm, or else the motor will go to sleep every like 3 minutes, which is not good. So I have handy dandy instructions on my phone. I just checked the oil level and we're good. So I remove the safety lanyard, turn key to run position, and quickly pull the safety lanyard pin out 3 times within 5 seconds.
On position, and then yank that lanyard out.
I think we're good.
Yeah, that sounded like a good beep to me.
Okay, so then it says shut off key, replace safety lanyard onto pin, and restart engine and check warning light has turned off for now. Okay, so we're already down. Now I gotta go check.
What?
I Except the light is off, so it's a success. The more I learn about the boat, the better. It's a lot going on.
The winds were very gentle when we left Punta Santa Tomas, but it was enough to raise the sails. That being said, the nighttime was a different story.
So I'm on sunrise shift. We've been motoring all throughout the night. We just passed, oh, there it is, Isla San Martin, and we're coming up on San Quintin, which I wanted to stop at, but I don't think we're going to. There's some bad weather coming in about 3 days, so I think we're gonna try and book it down to Turtle Bay, which is a little bit more protected, Bahia Tortugas. Yeah, but it's a beautiful sunrise. So I've had like 3 whale encounters so far today, which is lots of whales. I've seen as many whales today, probably, if not more, than I have seen the entire way down the coast. So I have a friend, I think that's who that is, that's over. We're both flying our big light wind sails. But yeah, it's been really good. I've had to keep turning my motor off and on though to kind of like spook the whales a little bit, which I feel bad about, but I also don't want whales hitting my boat. It's like one of my biggest fears. So yeah, good though. Nice and clear right now. Okay, so we finally raised the symmetrical cruising chute, or our Spinnaker, for the first time. Definitely learned a lot, burnt my hand a little. Yeah, we got up to 7.5 knots though, and we're going straight downwind in the direction we need to go. So that's great. Yeah, we're making good time. Cory, what did we just get?
We got 2 fish.
And how much did we get it for?
We paid $0 for the fish from some local fishermen, because the one we got on the hook broke the line. So we zeroed out on fishing, and this is the only protein we have.
So there were 2 guys that came up in pangas, and we used, I feel like I pulled through on the Spanish. I was like, pescado por dinero, I think is what I said. I don't even know if that's correct. But they knew what I was saying, and they were like, no money. So yeah, now we're gonna have fish for dinner, which is so exciting. And I'm gonna look in my fish books and see if I can find out what we're having.
Our departure from the San Bonitos Islands was a little bit bumpy, and we were met with fog shortly after that. Luckily, we had some seals dancing for us to show us the way out, and we were well on our way to Turtle Bay, which would be our halfway point for the whole trip down the coast.
So we are motoring again. Today is Tuesday. We woke up at like 6 a.m. and we left the San Bonitos Islands. We were anchored on the westernmost island, and it was a great night. The stars were beautiful. We had little seals playing out by the boat. Yeah, it was great. And yeah, we have been motoring against the wind a little today. We're trying to get in. We haven't been able to check weather in a few days, and there's a possibility that there are some like not the best winds coming through. So Turtle Bay is like a hop's gonna jump away. So we're gonna see if we can tuck in there. Or if we get internet and it looks fine, we might head on to Asuncion. But one thing's for sure is we need food and fuel. So
We spent the rest of the day motoring, and while we weren't blessed with good wind, we were blessed with something much tastier.
So I am here like crouching in the sand in Bahia Tortugas. Today has been a bit of a struggle. We came in last night and we thought we might be able to get service, and we haven't been able to. So we've spent the entire time like in search of internet. Also, both of our Spanish is not the best. I can like kind of understand what people are saying, but like cannot formulate responses for the life of me. I've been able to get like in and out of a few situations with like very minimal, so that's been good. But yeah, we had to refill on fuel, and Enrique, who ran the fuel barge, apparently is no longer because of interesting circumstances, and then yeah, so we found Abraham, who I will like put his number right here, but if you WhatsApp him, he helped us get fuel, so that was like awesome. And he has a boat, so he's taking out the boat, which is what like Cory's doing right now while I am waiting on shore. And I was gonna check weather, but I have no service. So luckily the supermarket did take card, so we got some groceries while we were here. And then yeah, there's like no bank or ATM or anything, which we were kind of hoping there would be. So it's definitely been a very rural stop, learning experience for sure, but it's exciting to be in a new place. So we are currently motoring out of Turtle Bay. Now we are going, I'm pretty sure, straight to Cabo. There was just a whale. So I don't think it'll do it again, but 2 whales just like fully shot up out of the water. So it's been a little over an hour since I last checked in. Cory is still downstairs napping. And I just raised the mizzen and the Genoa. Winds are going to be a little bit stiffer probably starting later today for the next few days. So that's why we don't have the drifter on anymore. Blooper, dolly whopper, Spinnaker, whatever the heck you want to call it. So yeah, I had to slow us down a little bit because the seas are not big, but bigger, which my motor doesn't like. And yeah, I'm raised the sails hoping that I give us a little bit of help with speed and stabilization. There's not quite enough wind to go the speed that we want to go to because we have a friend that's coming to visit. flying into Cabo on the 6th. So we're trying to get down there, sailing to a schedule. So. So all the sails are set. We are doing about 4.5 knots. Yeah, it's definitely, the wind's starting to pick up. It is so nice not having to hear the motor. Yeah, hopefully we can stay like this for the most part for the next 4 days. So it's starting to die down again now. Cory is up but downstairs making some lunch. It got a little sporty for a second, so we ended up adding the second reef to the main and mizzen. We still have the Genoa up though, but I also hanged on the staysail. So if it pipes up anymore, we'll drop the Genoa, raise the staysail. But it seems like right now it's smoothing out a little, so which is nice for Cory. Actually, no, it's just I'm turning downwind. So today is Saturday. I haven't checked in a few days. We're currently in Abriojos. So we left Turtle Bay and our plan was to go straight to Cabo, though we knew that the winds and the seas weren't looking the best. And we went out and yeah, as it was starting to get dark, I was like, I don't want to do 4 days of this. So we turned back towards land and we ended up going to Asuncion, where we just stayed overnight, and then we left and then we went to Bonitos, which is like right around the corner, and now we're in Abriojos. So Cory's phone has not been working. I just now have some kind of service, and yeah, Cory's like on a little panga right now trying to get into town. Our friend gets here in like 2 or 3 days, something like that. So it's like not ideal. We're still like halfway up the coast, but we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. So hopefully we'll be able to at least get down to Mag Bay, but I don't know. Like the winds are pretty stiff for the next few days. So Cory spent the last 2 days ashore. I chose to stay back on the boat just because it was pretty windy, and we had a good bit of wraparound as well, so I just wanted to make sure that everything on the boat was okay. But yeah, he seems to have had a good time, but we should be hauling up anchor here in a few hours and heading towards Magdalena Bay. So hopefully we can get in there to San Carlos before our friend comes to visit. So another long sail. I have been practicing though, I've been working on baking just in my cast iron on the stove,
and I made these really good like rolls. I don't know if you can see. So they're chocolate and they have like cinnamon and nutmeg and allspice and then Nutella. I rolled them up and I like steamed and fried them on the stove so they're a little crispy. So good. But yeah, I just needed a little bit of time to recharge, do some baking, read my book. So, I know Cory's like kind of bummed that I didn't go to shore, but a girl's gotta rest, so I feel a lot better now. We left Abriojos to face one of our more sporty sails. We had 6-foot waves every 8 seconds, so they were short but steep, and about 28 to 30 knot winds the whole time. This meant, for the most part, we were reefed. Most people stop in Magdalena Bay, but because of our friend's arrival, we wanted to get to Cabo on time. With the sportier winds, we were trying to manage going between 5 knots and 9.5, depending on which direction we were taking the wind from. As we approached Cabo, we also came into contact with more large ships, which apparently don't listen to their VHF radio. As we got even closer to Cabo San Lucas, we were met with a ton of fishing charter boats as well as humpback whales leaping out of the water. Cabo was a fun stop with a very large anchorage, and it was the place where Cory would be leaving me before I head back out of the tropics and north into the Sea of Cortez. Hello from the future, current day. I'm in La Paz right now, so I sailed from Cabo about 150 nautical miles north to La Paz, and I've been here for a while now. The community's been great, but yeah, I'm glad that I could finally get through all of the editing and get this video out. Altogether, it was like 3 hours of video content that I had to cut down and turn into a hopefully somewhat entertaining 20-minute video, just about. So if you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Leave a comment. I love interacting, but please be nice. It means a lot. And yeah, if you really liked the video and you want to contribute a little bit extra, I do have a Patreon account that I'll link in the description. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to share my journey further north with you. So I'll be heading out of La Paz here shortly. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye!